y'all. My name is Cherika Edwards, also known as your favorite attorney. But today, I literally just want to be Cherika. Honestly, I didn't want to talk about this situation. I really did not want to share this situation with anybody, but I went listen to church on Sunday. And when I was listening to church on Sunday, the pastor said to turn your misery into your ministry. And he talked about, sharing your trials and tribulations with other people. And to me, that was my confirmation to kind of talk about what happened to my son and I. On September 21st of 2023, a fire started in my house. And when you think about fire, you think, oh my gosh, the house burned down. No, my house did not burn down, but my house did catch a fire. And as a result, my son and I, we pretty much lost everything. And what I didn't know is that it's not the fire itself that really causes the most damage. What really causes the most damage is the smoke. So because the smoke really was all throughout my house, we literally walked away with just our clothes, because our clothes were inside of the closets and the closet doors were closed. And so by the time the firefighters got there to put out the fire, the smoke had got into all of the rooms in my home. And so everything that was out in the open was damaged. And as a result, it was deemed to be non-salvageable. So I had a page of 46 pages of non-salvageable things in my house. And my son and I, we have been living in a hotel since September 21st of 2023. And this has been a very humbling, emotional, and crazy experience. And just so that for purposes of this video, I really just want to break up each thing I want to talk about just into different segments so that I can make sense of it and that I don't overwhelm myself too much. Okay, so the smoke damage, pretty much when I look back at everything in our house, the smoke damage was all on the countertops. It was inside of the coffee that I was drinking. It was inside of the creamer because we were making coffee at the time. It was inside the creamer. It was all on the fireplace. It was on the couches. All of my designer purses that were out, it damaged those. I bought a new little Amazon purse that I had planned to use for work. It got on that. It was just so bad. And I'm calling it smoke damage, but the correct terminology that people use is called soot. So the soot got all into pretty much everything. And so by the time that I actually got in touch with my insurance company, they did inform me that it was not habitable for my son and I to remain inside of the house. So they provided us a stay at the hotel. So they put us in a hotel. They hooked us up with a place called Temporary Housing Directory. In Temporary Housing Directory, they did place us in a hotel until we were able to kind of figure out what was going on. But I had no idea the severity of a fire. Even though it was just in the laundry room, it completely damaged every single thing that we have. So as I'm sitting here talking to you and telling you about making this video, me and my son, we pretty much only have our clothes that were inside of the closet. We did have an office slash room in our house, which was our third bedroom. And that, for some odd reason, I think it was because it was really close to the laundry room. All of our jackets and coats and things like that we kept in that closet, all those things were damaged. So we don't have that either. So the next thing that I want to talk about is my landlord. I've learned so much stuff about my landlord since this situation has happened. So as I said before, like me and my son, we've been living in our house since December of 2019. Um, all I knew this whole time that we had been living there is that my landlord is a 94-year-old woman, 95, 96 today. And so her son has been doing a lot of managing of the property because she's a very old woman, and she's been living in a home, and my rent checks is what pays for her to stay in her home. So when this originally happened, I wish I could say that my landlord and my, well, sorry, let me retract what I'm saying. The homeowner is a 94, 95, 96-year-old woman now, and she lives in a home, but they have a landlord who's an amazing young lady. The landlord pretty much manages the property, okay? And what I wanted to say is, I wish I would be able to say that my homeowner was supportive of my son and I during this process, but they have been completely the opposite. They have refused to make my house habitable. They have refused to make the necessary repairs so that my son and I can continue to remain in the house. And as a result, they have basically kicked us out. If you know anything about Texas, you typically are supposed to give a 30-day notice. Due to the severity of the situation, I did not get a 30-day notice to move out. In fact, I got 1 week notice to move out of the house. Thankful for my insurance. My insurance really did assist me with that because they did send a restoration company to pack up all my things. So that was very beneficial for me, and another reason why I appreciate USAA. But as it relates to my the homeowner, they told me that me. So let me take a step back. When the fire first happened, the landlord thought that they were going to be able to use my renter's insurance to cover the home, and my insurance was very quick to let them know that my insurance is only to cover my belongings, and that they had to file on their own insurance to cover the structure of their home. Despite many times of us telling the landlord that, she still was trying to get my renter's insurance to cover the structural damage. In the midst of the process, I was able to talk to one of the people from the restoration company, and they did tell me that jobs like mine would cost roughly $20,000 to restore the property and the structure of the home. So they did tell me that it was best for the homeowner to file on their insurance so that their insurance could make the house habitable again. So I reached out to the homeowner and the landlord, letting them know that, hey, based upon my restoration company, you all need to repaint the walls. The laundry room needed to be demoed and rebuilt again because it was that bad. And also to let them know that the carpets needed to be redone because all of that soot had gotten into the carpets. And it was my understanding that even when you try to clean that soot out of the carpets, it was still not going to come out. So the homeowner ended up telling me that I was making unreasonable requests, and if I needed them to clean the house that bad, then I could just move out because they were not going to do that. And so after they sent their own contractor over to the house, they sent their own contractor to the house thinking that their own contractor was just going to repair the laundry room, only for their contractor to come in and say, whoa, did the landlord not come over to take a look at this stuff? And um, the contractor was like, why he was surprised that the landlord had not come over to take a look at the damage herself. And it was when I talked to the contractor that he informed me that the homeowner, they don't even live in America. They actually live in Taiwan. So that was interesting to me, and that was news to me, and that also explains a lot of the cultural barriers that we faced, of them thinking that I was making an unreasonable request when I was just making a request based upon what I was told. And so after the contractor told the landlord as well as the homeowner that he would charge them roughly $14,000 to restore the property, that is when they ultimately asked me and my son to move out. Which means at the time that I'm making this video, my son and I are homeless. Um, we ain't got no place to live. Like, we are in a hotel, and we're waiting for approval for the insurance to move us to an Airbnb or a vacation property so that I can find another place for my son and I to live. Now, if you've made it to the very end of this video, I thank you so much for sharing in my testimony, and I encourage you guys to send some encouraging words in the comments here. I have gotten a lot of people who reach the people who do know, because it's not a lot of people, asking me, how can you help? And I just ask that you send encouraging words. If you believe, send a prayer up. Ask God for my continued strength. I don't know. I guess I'm blessed to not really need anything. Some of my friends have just sent financial contributions. I'm grateful for that. If you want to send $20, $50 to pay for our lunch for the day, I'm grateful for that. I don't need that. It's not something I need, but if it's on your heart and you want to do that, you want to give, I mean, that's the way you can help. But the biggest, honestly, the biggest way to help Aiden and I during this situation is to pray for us, pray for our guidance, pray for our guidance, pray for our strength, and just send some encouraging words, some uplifting words. Those that means a lot for me. And that's about it. It didn't destroy me, baby. It just made me stronger. So, if anything, I hope that you're able to take away something from this video, because I did not understand the severity of how smoke damage, aka soot, can really damage your things. But now I know. So, bye.